Well, if you guys thought I had no idea what I was doing when it came to asteroid mining or ice mining, you are in for a treat today. We're going to set up planetary interaction. I've never done planetary interaction before. I watched about half of a YouTube tutorial video on it about 10 years ago. I was just like, nope, that's not for me. But we need a variety of planetary interaction, PI, resources in order to build our Cynabal, so we're going to give it a go. This is Bill. Bill wants to build a Cynabal and join the Angel Cartel cause in Zarzak, but he's not making it easy on himself. I've spent a little bit of time on Eve University's wiki page about PI, and I think I've got a basic handle on it. One thing I discovered in the research was a really good out-of-game tool that lets you enter what final planetary interaction product you want to build, and it shows you what the prerequisite, what the components are that need to go into building it, and what planets you can build them on. So, the complete list of PI resources that we need to build the Cynabal includes oxygen, super tensile plastics, test cultures, nanites, viral agents, coolant, mechanical parts, and robotics. Oxygen is a simple resource. It's P1, so you just have to extract the raw material from the planet. It gets converted in the factory there, and then you export it, and that's it. The super tensile plastics, test cultures, nanites, viral agents, coolant, mechanical parts are all what's called P2 products, which means you need to extract two different raw resources, process them on the planet, and then move them into a factory which will combine them to make the final output. And then robotics is a P3, which is the same process, but then your P2 outputs have to go into another factory to make the more advanced part. We're going to start by trying to set up a single P2 factory planet. And I've decided we're going to start with the super tensile plastics. The reason being, if we succeed at it, the super tensile plastics actually have oxygen as one of their P1 inputs, which means that we should be able to knock off super tensile plastics and oxygen at the same time on a single planet with the same setup. The two basic resource inputs to make super tensile plastics are noble gas and planktic colonies. And both of those are produced on ice planets. Now, if we look at the information for Manar, we can see that Manar has a total of 8 planets, and Manar 7 is an ice planet. Perfect. So all we need to do is buy ourselves an ice command center. Lydia, let's go pick up an ice command center. We don't have to build it. Command centers are sold on the market directly by NPCs. There's no blueprints for them. Ice command center, 81,000 ISK. So the out-of-game tool that I'm talking about is Alice's PI scheme on hands.io. It's a really simple tool. There's not much to it, but it's been extraordinarily useful at helping me visualize everything that we're going to need to build and what planets we're going to do it on. So yeah, we'll need a gas planet to build our coolant. We'll need a barren planet to build our mechanical parts. The barren planet will also be where we build our nanites. We'll need an ice planet for the super tensile plastics. And then on the ice planet, we can also build our test cultures and our viral agents. And then for the robotics, we'll have the mechanical parts from the barren planet, and we'll need a lava planet for the consumer electronics. So between an ice, a gas, a barren, and a lava, 4 planets, all of which are in Manar, we should be able to build all of our PI. But first, we have to make sure we can figure out how to do it in the first place. So we're going to start 1 planet, super tensile plastics, that's it. There's a Nighthawk on the gate in Gruthes. I have a bit of a feeling that Lydia is not getting out of this alive. He's 23 kilometers away and getting farther. We might be out of scram range once he's at 24. We're going to wait till our gate cloak has almost finished. And we're just going to try. Sorry, Lydia. It was nice knowing you. Whoa. Well, that was unexpected. We had no business surviving that. I don't know why that nightmare didn't blap us. We don't have any agility modules fit to Lydia. It's 8 seconds into warp. A nightmare can easily lock us in that time. I guess he just chose to be nice. We'll take it. Okay, we're going to warp straight to Manar 7 so we can drop off this command center. No reason to dock first. Now, we can view Manar 7 in planetary industry mode. Here is the planet. Now, how do we figure out where the resources are? Oh, scan? Okay. See, already I'm lost. Okay, we can select which resources we're interested in over here. We need... What do we need? Holy moly. Holy moly, you guys. What are we trying to build again? Super tensile plastics. We need noble gas and plankton colonies. So we can see where the hot spots are. It looks like the best... There's 2 noble gas hotspots on opposite sides of the planet. Do either of them have plankton colonies near them? Not so much there. Definitely not over there. Okay, so plankton colonies here. Okay. So if we build right basically where we're centered right now, we should be able to reach both some noble gas and some plankton colonies. The plankton colonies won't be the most efficient, but we're not that worried about it. Planetary interaction is one of those things where you'll see once we get into it, it's a whole like Factorio type game. And people can spend a lot of time optimizing their PI setups to try and make a planet that builds, I don't know, 100 robotics a day into a planet that builds 200 robotics a day, something like that. And the robotics sell in the market for about 100,000 ISK, so it's like 10 or 20 million ISK a day. We're not selling them. We're not worried about whether we make 100 robotics a day or 200 robotics a day. We need 8 robotics in total. When it comes to the super tensile plastics we're trying to build now, we need 72. It's not that many. So we're just going to go with this noble gas, plankton colonies, good enough. So we have to build our ice command center. Do we just click? Oh, yeah. Let's get close to... Oh! Was that it? That was easy? Okay, I think we can get off grid now. I don't think we actually need to be at the planet for anything other than building, dropping off, and picking up. I think we can do the rest of our colony management from anywhere. Are we still... Okay, so now... I don't know how far away we can build from. We may be too far from these colonies, but even this like slight little bit that there is near our command center should be enough. And we're still on the edge of the noble gas too. Okay. So, we are trying to build... Oh, I'm so lost. I have no idea what I'm doing. We're trying to build super tensile plastics. I think we build those. Advanced processors can convert incoming goods to valuable products and produce any T2 or T3 products from lower tier products. We need one of these in order to build our super tensile plastics. And then this. Want to send. We made a link. Good. From there, from our advanced industry factory to our command center. I think that's what we want. Our command center can store stuff. We want to send the super tensile plastics to the command center. And then we're going to need 2 basic factories. One, which is going to be getting the noble gas. And then one, which is going to be getting the plankton colonies. And then both of these need to link the command center. Okay. Now we need extractors. So an extractor for the planet colonies. Oh, okay. Our command center's CPU is almost overloaded. Okay, that cost us 400,000 ISK just building those modules. We need to upgrade our command center for more CPU. That costs 500,000 ISK. Okay. We've upgraded our command center. Now we're going to try and build... People are going to be so mad watching this video at how badly I'm messing this up. Okay, let's start with the planet colonies. It looks like it's... Looks like it can take in from a pretty big area. I know the longer of a link we build, the more CPU it costs. So let's just build it here. And then we can link it to this factory. And then we need another extractor up here. Let's look at where the noble gases are again. Okay, we're going to build an extractor here. We can build it very close for a very short link, as we're pretty close to the hotspot for the noble gases. Okay. I think that's everything. Oh, do we need a launch pad? I think we need a launch pad. We need to upgrade our CPU, upgrade our command center again. That cost us 90,000 ISK. Alright. Command center. Upgrade. Oh wait, can we launch straight from the command center? How much can it store? 500 cubic meters. How big is a super tensile plastic? I think you only need to build a launch pad to handle larger launches. For a small scale factory, maybe we only need... So it's less than 1 cubic meter per super tensile plastic. Our ice command center can hold 500 cubic meters. We can just store all of our super tensile plastics here and launch them directly from the command center. Okay, so now we need to actually get these things extracting. Oh. Okay. Install extraction program. Select resource. Noble gas. Install extractor. What? What? Why is our extractor over there? Why isn't it up there? What is going on? Oh, control click. Planet. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay. Good. That seems good. Now, why is extraction program not active? What? No. No. Okay. One hour. Noble gas. Start extraction. Noble gas not routed. Okay. Routes. What? Okay. You should be producing oxygen. And it should be just going to here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So maybe we start here. Ice Advancement Industry Facility is going to produce super tensile plastics. Select a destination factory facility for products. Fan center. Perfect. Create route. Products. Oxygen. Create route. Destination. Here. Beautiful. Okay. Products. Noble gas. Nope. Products. Noble gas. Create route. Nope. Still not routed? What? Products. Noble gas. Create route. Here. Why? Okay. I don't know why we have two different routes here. Why is it inactive? Submit. It's running. Okay. Something happened. We're routing noble gas. Into the basic industry facility, which is waiting for resources. Let's try doing whatever we just did over here with the plankton colonies. Okay. Install extraction program. We need to... Oh my goodness. We need to upgrade our command center again. Upgrade. That costs us $1 million ISK. All right. Install an extractor head. Good. Submit. Now we need to move this extractor head. What? How did we move it before? Okay. Delete this extractor head. Select resource. Plankton colonies. Install extractor head. Move it over here. Start extraction. Now this needs its input. What? What? No. Inputs. Routes? Okay. Schematics. Oh my goodness. What do I need to build? What do I even need to build to make the super tensile plastics? Biomass. Biomass. Install. Select destination. This guy. Create route. Charging planet colonies. Products. Create route. Here. Wait, what? Planet colonies. Create route. Here. Submit. Why is this red? Create route. Create route. Nothing's red anymore. Everything's blue and yellow. Submit changes. Holy crap. That broke my mind. But I think we might have done it. And actually, we need oxygen as well. But right now, all of our oxygen is being routed to the super tensile plastic factory. Is it possible to route some of it to another storage facility? Is that possible? Can we afford to build a storage facility? And put links between it? Yes. Now can we route some of our noble gas we route some of our can we make another auction extractor head? Oh, we can't change it right now because we're running a program. Okay. We've got two different noble gas outputs here. Can we build another basic industry facility? Okay. And can we build links here and here? Okay. Can we route the smaller amount of noble gas to this facility? Okay, wait. We can't do that because this facility here needs to be building oxygen. And then it needs to be sending its oxygen to the storage facility. And then this 1/4 of our oxygen we're going to route to this factory. So now, in an hour, or maybe more, 1 hour for the extraction program, half an hour for the basic industry facility to run, and then an hour for the advanced industry facility to run. So in 2.5 hours, we should hopefully have super tensile plastics in our ice command center and oxygen in our ice storage facility. If we've done this right, and I would be amazed if we have. This does not look like the planetary interaction setups that I've seen other people post screenshots of. I have a feeling this might not be the most efficient way to do what I'm trying to do, but if it works, I am going to be thrilled. Now, we need to set up 3 more planets. But as you saw, those upgrades and installations were all costing us ISK all along the way. And even this very basic facility cost us 2.5 million ISK. And we have just 2.5 million left. So before we worry about setting up another planet, we're going to take a brief interlude and do a little bit of belt ratting in Carmela to fill up our ISK coffers. Now, how do we exit this view and get back to space? Did we even need to be in space to do all that? Could we have done everything except for drop off the command center while docked? I think maybe the answer is yes. Okay, Carmela, let's go earn some ISK. Maybe let's put a new dress on first. How about we try Inner Zone Vanguard? We'll give that a shot for now. Looking good. Sort of teal headlights on the skin. Oh, drone damage amplifier. That's interesting. I feel like on Thomas's combat fit, because we've got like 3 or 4 mag stabs on there currently, swapping one of those for a drone damage amplifier would probably be a net increase in damage. Because they're stacking penalized. The second mag stab you put on does less good than the first, and so on. So by the end, by the time we're putting on a 4th one, putting on an unpenalized DDA, drone damage amplifier, is probably going to give us better overall DPS. We'll check it out. Another one, another DDA. Okay, it's been a couple of hours. Our ISK balance is up to 13.5 million. It's the moment of truth. It's time to check on our planetary interaction. If we can figure out how to do so while docked. I don't know if we have to undock or not. Let's see. View planetary industry. Here's our station. Alright. Is this our command center? What do you have in you? No contents. That's not a good sign. What about this? No contents. What about this? Waiting for resources. Program not active. Waiting for resources. Oh. Okay. They haven't received enough to actually produce their stuff. Oh, this one has. Wait, what? What's going on here? I don't understand at all. So we produced some oxygen, and we produced some biomass. But not enough for these things to run their programs. Can we install more extractor heads? Can we upgrade our command center again? It may be clear that I really don't know what's going on here. We can upgrade it again. Okay. So now can we install some more extractor heads? That seems good. What another one? That seems good. 16,000 extracted per hour. So why don't we have enough to... Okay, we're going to run this overnight, I guess, and see what happens. I'm so confused. Why does more gas keep being added there than needs to be routed? I don't know, let's try this one. We'll add some more extractor heads over here too. Why not? We'll run this one for 12 hours as well. And this has products that aren't routed now. And more that aren't routed? Okay. And what about this? These are all routed. Why is the biomass amount here only 2 when it's supposed to output 20 per cycle? I'm so confused. Well, we're going to run this overnight and see what happens. Just make me some plastic, Manar7. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Okay, so it's been a little bit more than an hour since I started my facility on Manar 7, the ice planet, running on its new 12-hour program. And I'm still confused, if I'm honest, but it seems like it might be working. We don't have any super tensile plastics yet, but this says that it's making some. It looks like in 32 minutes, we might have 5 units of super tensile plastics. And I notice these input squares here. I'm assuming this is for the next cycle. So it's got 20 of its 40 oxygen already loaded up for the next cycle, but no biomass. And biomass is supposed to come from this facility, which looks like it's going to finish producing 20 in 1 minute. And it's got its next cycle fully loaded up, which is good news. Although this is going to produce another 2,599 in 45 seconds. I don't know where that's going to go. It makes me wonder if I should be having another storage facility in between the extractor control unit and the basic industry facility. 25 seconds. Like, this is going to finish in 15 seconds. And this is going to finish at the exact same time. So is this going to output, take this, and then immediately take the next batch? Oh, it did! Okay. And then in another 15 minutes, this will send along another 2,570, which will just top this up, I guess, and then 2,000 will be wasted. But I'm not too concerned about that, as long as these factories keep running. And this has 30 minutes left, and it will get, just in time, it'll get the next batch from here. And this one is going to be sending along its next 20 in 15 minutes. Load that up, and it's already loaded up for its next batch. This is producing a ton, of which some is surely going to be wasted. This just started a new batch of oxygen. Hopefully it refills its input on the next cycle off of this. And then... oh, we do have oxygen in here already. That's good, because this is our endpoint. This doesn't go anywhere. This is the oxygen we're just going to keep aside. Because we need 72 super tensile plastics to build the Cynabal, but we also need 120 oxygen. So we need to make sure that we don't use all of our oxygen for plastic production. So this is going to fill up, I feel quite confident. We'll get 120 oxygen, no problem. The question is, will we get our super tensile plastics? I'm confident now that we're going to get 5 in half an hour. And this produces 5 every hour. If we can keep these links running, as long as the supply chain doesn't get backed up, then we should have our 72 in 15 hours. Run this program, run it for another few hours in the morning, and then we can tear all this down, because we won't ever need any more super tensile plastics again. We don't need a huge ongoing industry here. We just need a one-off pop-up production plant. Okay, I'm starting to feel mildly confident that I have some idea what's going on here. I really feel like these 4 links that I built here and these extra factories were probably not the optimal way to do this. And I probably don't need this many extractor heads. And I really, if I wanted to keep everything running super smoothly, would want to put a storage unit in between the extraction head and the basic factory, because the extractor seems to have a variable output. So the storage unit, the storage container could act as a buffer, and then these factories could just keep running on their tight half-hour, 1-hour schedule, just bam, bam, bam into each other. If everything runs smoothly there, everything will run smoothly there if we can use storage units to smooth out the initial production. Okay, citizens of Minar 7. I know that I've been a very scatterbrained production boss so far, that I have no idea how a factory works, and that's probably pretty grating. But you're doing fantastic. Just give me my 72 super tensile plastics, and everyone gets a Christmas bonus. You can all go home to whatever to whatever your homesteads look like on this ball of solid ice. I'll come back to this in the morning, and if everything's gone as smoothly as I hope it does, then we'll buy some more command centers, and we'll set up 3 new planets with the lessons we've learned from here. It's the moment of truth. We're going to see how many super tensile plastics Minar 7 has built overnight. 65. Alright, it's working. If we restart the extraction programs, it should only be another 2 hours and 45 minutes before we get the last 10 super tensile plastics we need. We have all the oxygen we need now? Oh, yeah, okay, we're wealthy in oxygen. So we can actually stop this factory. Let's decommission this factory. The reason we hadn't routed the oxygen to the command center before was I was worried about overproducing it and completely filling the command center, and then there'd be nowhere for the plastics to go. Can we just move this stuff straight to the command center? Boom. Okay, so 2 more runs of super tensile plastics, and Minar 7 has fulfilled its duties. I think it's time to go buy 3 more command centers and get this whole thing going on an interplanetary scale. Fern Command Center, 81,000 ISK. Gas Command Center, 81,000 ISK. Lava Command Center, 81,000 ISK. And back to Minar. We're safely back to Minar with our command centers. Now we just have to figure out which planets we want to build on. So we need to build on a gas planet, of which we have Minar 4, Minar 5, Minar 6. We just chose... We're not too worried about the specific quality of the planets, because we're not building that much of any of these particular resources. So for the ice planet, we were happy to just choose the one ice planet in system. But for our other planets, when we have choices, let's at least take a look and see if one planet will be better for us than another. The main thing we care about is we've realized the two different resources we need. It's much easier if they're closer together, because the links that we have to build actually do take up power grid from our command center. So from our gas planet, to build the coolant, we're going to need aqueous liquids and ionic solutions. So let's see if we can find one of these planets that have the two right close together. All right, so the hotspots seem to be in these two parallel bands. And it looks like this is the best one. The ionic solutions are at the poles. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I have a feeling the other planets, gas planets, will have to follow a similar pattern of aqueous solutions at that temperate sort of band, and then the ionic solutions at the poles. But let's see. Ionic solutions and aqueous liquids in that band as well, but very light. Minar 4, aqueous liquids, ionic solutions. Okay, so the first planet we looked at, Minar 6, was the one. Yeah, this is our spot. Okay. Liquids, solutions. We're going to build our command center right in between. Emmit. Now, I believe we can dock up while we do the rest of this. All right, let's see if we've learned anything from our Minar 7 escapades. We've got a command center. We are going to need an advanced industry facility. It's going to need a link to the command center. We are going to need some basic industry facilities. One off this way and one off this way. And they're going to need links. Then we're going to need storage facilities. We need a storage facility over here. And it's going to need links. We're going to need extractor control units. Extractor control unit. And it's going to need links. Actually build this. 2.5 million ISK. Okay, we can afford to build 2 more planets as long as we don't have to do much more upgrades than that. Now this is going to be making coolant. So this needs to be making electrolytes. And this needs to be extracting ionic solutions. We want these to be running basically as long as we can and have them still producing 3,000 per hour. Now this we need to route to the storage facility. Now in the storage facility, we need to route to the basic factory. Good. Basic factory routes to the advanced factory. Now it shows ionic solutions in, electrolytes out. Good, now just the same thing down at the other end. The advanced facility should have 2 routes incoming. Good. Products, create route. Okay, fully routed. I think that's it. And we did that only upgrading... Okay, we upgraded our command center 1 less than we did the last time. And hopefully, this should run for 4 days, just pumping out coolant the whole time. Alright, onto our barren planet, I guess. Minar 7, K-bar. On the barren planet, we want to be building mechanical parts. To build mechanical parts, we need base metals and noble metals. Base metals. Whoa. Oh, okay. Noble metals? Oh, pretty good. Okay, right there. Perfect. We're going to Minar 7. K-bar. Actually, that's interesting. I was wondering why Minar 7 had a name. So I did a Google, and it turns out there's lore. Yeah, there's lore. There's lore for Manar. Manar 8, K-Bar, is apparently the homeworld of one of the founding peoples of the Galente Federation, and it's a barren planet now, but it was once lush before being devastated and rendered uninhabitable by a ecological disaster. So we're on a mission of economic revitalization here, I guess. It's easy to forget that Eve has lore, but there's quite a lot of it that jumps out at you every now and then when you see these weird things like, why does this planet have a name? Planets don't have names. Oh, and there's this Kabar terraforming installation here. I guess they're trying to bring Kabar back to life. But let's not get too distracted. Let's drop our command center and get out of here. There. We're going to go straight through the same thing we did before. We need mechanical parts just on their own. But we're also going to need mechanical parts eventually to build our robotics. But we need to build the other component of mechanical parts, which I believe is consumer electronics, on another planet. And then I guess we'll bring them here. Only lava left to build. On the lava planet, our plan is to build consumer electronics, which use heavy metals and non-CS crystals. Heavy metals friggin' everywhere. Non-CS crystals, basically just down there. Let's build it. This seems right. Do a quick double check of our other planets. Okay, we have 4 colonies spread all around the system of Manar, including on the Manar homeworld, K-Bar, where we're building mechanical parts. We know that our ice installation is actually building something. That was a success. The other 3 are still... It's tentative at this point, whether or not we can say that we did it right, but we need to wait at least an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, in order to find out if the assembly line is running properly. Okay, it's 100 coolant. How much coolant do we need? We need 52... Oh my goodness, we've got all of our coolant. We'll have to come pick this up. And then this gas planet, I think, can be decommissioned. That's fantastic news. Parent planet is making mechanical parts. We have 90, we only need 24. But I'm not sure how many mechanical parts we need to make the 6 robotics that we need. So we're going to leave this one running for sure. Then our ice planet was making us plastics. And we have 85 of the 72 we need, as well as all of our oxygen. So the ice planet can be reconfigured because we also need viral agents from the ice planet. And I promised these guys that they'd be home for Christmas, so let's get those viral agents building right now. Perfect. We also need nanites and test cultures. And the nanites we build on the barren planet. So we'll have to wait until our mechanical parts finish building. Which means I guess we need to figure out how many mechanical parts we need to make robotics. We currently have 90 mechanical parts. We only need 24, but we also need them to build robotics. You only need 2 runs of this robotics schematic. It means you only need 20 more mechanical parts, which means that this factory can switch to making nanites. Good. We might be finished all of our PI within a couple of days. Okay, we've got all the viral agent we need now, so there's only one last job that our ice planet needs to do for us before we can give all these workers a much-deserved holiday break. We've got a ton of mechanical parts now, 105. Hopefully that's enough. So hopefully soon we will have the nanites flowing into the storage here on the barren planet, and then we'll be ready to bring in consumer electronics from the lava planet and start building robotics. Or maybe we'll do it vice versa and take the mechanical parts over to the lava planet. Actually, maybe we should do that right now. Do warp to Fern planet. And then we're going to go in here and figure out how to launch our mechanical parts into space. That seems straightforward. Do we have enough ISK to do it? We do. Launch. Okay. Now, where EF is it? I guess we'll land at the planet. And hopefully there'll just be... I know that when we launch from the command center, I don't think it goes to the customs office. I think that a command center launch just creates a cargo container in space. I don't know if it's just floating at the planet. No. Okay. So where did the mechanical parts go if they didn't go here? Launches. Aha. Okay, it's quite close to the planet. 15,000 kilometers away. Planetary launch. We have mechanical parts in our hold. Excellent. Now, how do we send it down to our lava planet is the next question. Oh, also, we've been gifted some skins for the wreath. Glacial drift. It's the holiday seasons. This seems like the right theme for now. Very wintry. Okay, here is our lava planet. How do I deliver? Be too much to ask. Need to build a launch pad first? Do we have enough grid in our colony to build a launch pad? There, we turn off our extractor. Now we build a launch pad. We build a link. And then we open the customs office. Good. Okay. Now we have to figure out how to modify this planet so that our consumer electronics and our mechanical parts become robotics. We're going to change the schematic to robotics. And then for this, we're going to route this to here. And then we're going to route this to here. Oh, wait, what? We're going to route this to here. Okay, we can stop the extraction over here too. Producing robotics. Output per cycle 3. How many robotics did we need? Not very many, as I recall. We need 6. How many mechanical parts did we need? We just we just put these down here, but we're going to relaunch them. These things here, we want to launch. Coolant. Launch it. Okay, I believe we have now launched from all of our planets. Let's go collect our loot. Come on, Lydia. So much planetary industry to collect. Mechanical parts, 24. Thank you. Coolant, 225. And all of this. We have 120 oxygen. We have 24 mechanical parts. We have 72 super tensile plastics. We have 72 viral agents. We have 52 coolant. And the rest is spare. That's 5 of our 8 planetary interaction materials checked off the list in one go. Okay, it's a new day. I have resisted the urge to peek in advance so that we can find out together. But if everything's gone according to plan, I believe that our planet should be finished building the last of our PI materials. So let's see what's going on the planets of Minar. Minar 1, lava. You can see right from the screen. 24 robotics. That is way more robotics than we need. 60 coolant. We already have our 52 coolant. Okay. Then ice. There they are. Test cultures. We needed, I think, 72. Perfect. Nanites. Plenty. That's everything. Let's go pick them up. I was scared of this episode for a while because I have not done planetary interaction before. I just peeked at it once when it was first launched and quickly decided that this was not the way I wanted to be playing EVE Online, that it was too much like homework. And so it's been completely out of my line of sight for the last 13 years I've been playing the game. And knowing that I was going to need to produce all of these different PI components of various P tech levels in order to build the Cynabal, I was really concerned that this was going to end up being a huge headache. But it turns out this has actually been quite straightforward. I think we ended up being quite fortunate that Manar, as a system that we chose, ended up having all of the planets we needed to do all of our work right here. It would have been a lot more involved if we'd been having to like move the components for our robotics from one star system to another. If we had to have an ice planet over here and a lava planet over here, etc., etc. But Manar is a complete self-contained PI industry hub. It looks like good variety of planets. And I mean, it helps that we only need to produce such small amounts of each of these PI materials. It means that our mistakes were less serious mistakes. One thing that occurred to me last night while I was lying in bed was that all along I've been wondering why the final materials, the P2 materials, were being produced more slowly than what it seemed to me they should be producing. Like, the process was working, they were getting built, but I was like, okay, we should be getting 5 per hour, and we seem to be getting like 2 per hour, and I was like, what's going on here? And then, again, while I was lying in bed, hadn't been in the EVE client for like 18 hours at that point, it occurred to me that all along, I've been setting my extraction programs to have a minimum of 3,000 output per hour, when in fact the basic industry factories take in 3,000 per half hour. And so I've been limiting my production to half of its optimal all along just by targeting the wrong number. That's particularly silly because in targeting that number, I ended up setting very long extraction programs that were extracting out to like 14, 15 days in the future, when it's only been 4 in-game days now since I started this process, and we've got it all. So we could have done this twice as fast. We could have done this all in under 48 hours if I just set up my extraction programs right and not accidentally cut my numbers in half. But nonetheless, we've got it all now. To build a Cynabal, we need 6 robotics. To build a Cynabal, we need 72 nanites. Build a Cynabal, we also need 72 test cultures. Let's take a look in our station container. The total list of PI materials we need are 120 oxygen, check. 72 super tensile plastics, check. 72 test cultures, check. 72 nanites, check. 52 coolant, check. 24 mechanical parts, check. 6 robotics, check. Planets are fully interacted. Everyone at all the factories, home for the holidays, and I'll see the rest of you in January. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone who helped form such a great community around this series over the last couple of months. I know that was a pretty chill episode to end the year on, with the biggest adversary being the UI. But let me warn you, things are going to get a lot more dramatic in the new year. Hope to see you all there.